let me tell you. I'll tell y'all in a little bit. But yes. I have some things to talk about. Miss Howard is doing a lot. Thank you. So when you come in the comments, I want to see y'all say hi. Say hi to me. Let me know you're here. Yeah. What is today? Thursday. It's Thursday, April 3rd. There's a lot going on in the community. Right? With the tariffs and all of that. Did you know, Mr. Colson?
Yes.
Did you know that I read that I guess China put tariffs on us and the orange man put tariffs on
Back
China?
On them, yes.
Back on them. But I read, because I keep up in the Sheen group. Sheen? How you say it? Sheen? Whatever, however you say it. I think we all say it a different way. So I read in this group that it said that China is now, the Sheen people, they're going to send your package from China over to another country that does not have tariffs on America, doesn't have tariffs on them, and ship it. They're going to go around the mulberry bush to avoid the tariffs. Now, I don't think the government is watching this show, so I don't think they really they're really going to find this out, but y'all continue to shop. Continue to shop.
That's crazy, but in a way it's a good thing, in a way it's a bad thing. I mean, we're going to...
How so?
The little people are going to get affected.
Yes.
Worse.
The businesses.
Yeah, because of the tariffs, we're holding back. It's like, it's tit for tat. Like, but they're, but they are
he's
charging
a tit for tat type of person.
Well, but these other countries are charging us tariffs. Crazy. And I think 20 to 20%.
We've been charging us tariffs though, right?
Right, but
before we got here.
But we haven't been charging them. So now we're like charging them. So
we save everybody.
We're trying to get our economy back and it's giving us money to try.
You think you're getting our economy back in?
No, he's
okay.
I don't.
All right, you almost got fired. You was just close to getting the can to get.
You can't do anything.
Yeah,
at all.
Zero.
But leave the office.
That would be good because he did say he was going to try to run for a third another term. He's going to try to change the Constitution.
He's going to change our Constitution. Cory Booker is going to be running, so hopefully
for president.
Yes,
he said that
one day.
So shout out to Cory Booker. Speaking of, he broke the record, right? The longest speech in Congress on the floor. He did like.
Was 23 minutes
by the racist KKK man.
Yes.
So I don't even know how that stood that long. Nobody else wanted to break it because it makes some moves. But yeah. So congratulations, Cory Booker. He's always he's from New Jersey. It's our Senator Booker.
25 hours he spoke. Did not use the restroom.
So did he continue speaking through the whole night?
He did, but there was other speakers that was taking up time.
They can ask questions.
Yeah, they can ask questions. Yeah. But he had to stand there. Couldn't leave.
Oh, I thought they like stopped it at night and then he came back in the morning and continued it.
No, they said it was 3-5 hours straight.
That's a lot of talking now. I like to talk, but I ain't talking like that. But yeah, clearly Cory can talk. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. What else is going on? Yesterday, Wednesday. So I got invited by the beautiful Howard. Her name's right there. I got invited to go line dance. These boots on the ground. Put these boots. That's not how it goes. But I want y'all to know I went to line dancing yesterday for the first time in. I've done Zumba before, but the first time in a year or 5. And I had a good time. So I did. It's in Vineland. It's at 803 East Landis. So there's this lady there and she teaches it.
Okay.
And I learned like 8 dances in 2 hours.
What?
It's from 6 to 8.
You can do 8 dances.
Listen, throw the music on. Put the music on.
Don't be
8
tripping.
dances, line dancing. It was $10 to get in. They did the fan, wah, 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 wah. They did all of that. You can buy a fan there too. Y'all lucky I ain't practiced with my fan, or I had that thing popping out. But yes.
But you extra.
Hey, Dr. Roscoe was on. Yes, I was extra. And I did 2,000 steps in the line dancing. So yes. So Wednesdays in Vineland, there is line dancing 6 to 8. $10 to get in. They do like 8, 9, 10, 11. line dances. So yeah, so if you're looking for something to do, I'm finna be there. So I can, it's a little fun exercise in dressing and dancing. So I like all of that. You said, yeah. So they'll teach the boots on the ground song. I think that's coming this week. So 803 East Landis, 6 to 8. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that because I know a lot of people like line dancing and all of that. There is a health and wellness festival going on in Vineland. Also, it's on Saturday. So if you want to get your cholesterol, there will be free. If it's free, it's for me, right? Isn't that what the people say? Free screening for cholesterol, your blood pressure, diabetes, women's health, behavioral health, dental health, and weight loss. And there's door prizes. So that is in Vineland at the embassy. You want the address? The address is 427 West Landis Avenue in Vineland. There's a health festival. It is free, and you can find out a lot of information. We talked about heart health in February, so you can go get all of that checked, right? Your blood pressure. We talked about how blood pressure leads to strokes and all the rest of that, and
stress and
diabetes. We talked about diabetes and heart issues. So yes, it is free.
So it's a church, right? Right past the Boulevard on Landis Avenue?
Yes. The Embassy, it is called. It is from 11 to 2 on Saturday. It's at the Embassy, 11 to 2. It's free. And it is 427 West Landis Avenue.
Is Pastor Hargrove, is she sponsoring it? Who's sponsoring it?
I'm not sure, but it's the second annual. I don't know. I don't know about that, but I do know what I do know.
All y'all know Robin Hargrove. She does great.
She's a beautiful lady.
She does great events.
I got to meet her and greet her I just went to her. They had an event there on Saturday, and I went there and I talked to. Oh, what's that? And I talked to Coach Kippy was there, and they were talking about stress and heart health and diabetes and all the rest of that for in March. So yeah, it was really good. It was very, very nice. I'm always, trying to support. I always want to support people, not because they support me, just because I feel like this show, we need to get the information out. It's always something to know, always new. So thank you, Key. Niece is on here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you can you share? Hit that share button. Boop, boop, boop. Share it to your friends, because tonight we have information for you. So yes, we talked about the tariffs. We talked about line dancing in Vineland.
Like
every week, Wednesdays. You seen a bunch of women. It was a bunch of ladies there, and I tried to get Colson into going, but he wasn't. He said it's too many women for him.
Oh yeah, 30-something women.
It was 30-something women.
No men, right?
And it was all shapes, all sizes, colors, creeds. Everybody was in there trying to learn. So
listen, I ain't wanted to be suspect in there. The only man.
As long as you ain't doing what you not supposed to be doing, I think put a little. You see the guys doing that line dancing
with
though.
The fan in their hand.
They don't have no fan though. I don't think you're supposed to have no fan. Now you pushing it.
All right.
I don't think you're supposed to have no whack doing all that. Not you laughing. You funny. But yes, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to do our affirmation. It is time to change the narrative, right? It's time to change the narrative. As women, we've been programmed to be afraid of getting older, but not her. Her is you. Every year, she sinks deeper into this bath of unapologetic realness and this radically content version of herself. She knows her worth. She's been to hell and back to get here. She's growing and she's aging like fine wine with queen energy, right? We have to change the narrative about ourselves, our own self. Does that keep popping up? What is that noise? We have to really change the narrative about ourselves of taking, you speak life into yourself, taking charge of our situation, of our life. We cannot let all the time or any other time let somebody else rule what's going on. It's God and then it's us. Like you have to stay within that tier, because if you go out of that, like make sure God is ordering your steps and having your steps are divinely ordered. That's important because a lot of times, how was it? Are you going back? Yes. we just have to make sure like we are in charge with God. I think it's very important. A lot of time we lose ourselves, right? We lose ourselves in trying to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. And if we are on the path and we are on our purpose, and we're in purpose with God, everything works out for us. Like our brother Melvin right there. Everything works out with our purpose when we're with God. So what we can do is, I said keep doing it. What we can do is, I think I'm supposed to, okay, there we go. So what we can do is make sure that we take care of ourselves. We're using self-care spiritually, emotionally, mentally. All of that is very, very important. And then we can age like fine wine and do better. So yeah, right. Can I repeat the confirmation? The affirmation. Yes. How was it? Yes, we're going back. It's time to change the narrative is the affirmation. As women, we've been programmed to be afraid of getting older. And I'm a witness. But I would like to say the older I get, the wiser I get. And I understand how people say, if I could have, would have did in my 20s or in my 30s. I totally get that because I would have made some better decisions, some different decisions, some, adjusted some things with my life. But here we are because, it's the path that God gives us. Sometimes we choosing a different, we taking the mulberry bush around, but we're still getting to where God wants us. Every year she sinks deeper into this bath of unapologetic realness. I love that. Love that. Every year, like the more we age, the more, and even not even age in the number, the more we age mentally, right? And spiritually, we're more aware of ourselves. We're more aware of where we're supposed to be, what our assignment is, where we're supposed to go, who we're supposed to touch, who we're supposed to be around. Like your spidey senses kick in. You're like, okay. And sometimes it's seasons and reasons. We're with this group for a reason. We meet this people for a season and they're here for 6 months, a year. Like all of that really makes a difference in how we move. Where we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to do. Because let me tell you, I met this guest, right? At a place, I'll get there. But yes, she knows her worth. She's been to hell and back to get here. She's growing and aging like fine wine with queen energy. Baby, queen energy, big mama. Yes. And I want to say that is exactly how I met our guest. Really. So I told y'all, I take off the 4th Thursday now. That way I can give myself time to, recuperate from the show, and every Thursday was just getting to be a lot. So every 4th Thursday, the fourth Thursday that I took off, I went over to Wilson's over there, and there was Black Women New Jersey over there, and they had a meet and greet, and you were there to network, right? So me, I'm a little scary, a little nervous, always. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I'm a little scary. So I am more of an introvert than I look like. So I went there by myself. I took myself out of my comfort zone and I went by myself. I was going to invite my people and I said, you know what? I can do this at this big age. I can do this. I can go and be around people I don't know. I went and I met people. I initiated conversation. Which is big for me because I could have just went and hung around the bar and just got something to drink and some wings and said that I went, right? But I went and I networked. I started some conversations. I went and sat at a table with people that I didn't know and said, hey, is this seat taken? And they said, no, sure, sit down, sis. And sis sat down. And I got to know people. And you know what? Let me tell you, I am so proud of myself for doing that because normally my husband is the talker. My sister is the talker. My brother is the talker. I am not the talker.
You're not the wife.
I'm the wife. I'm Ron's wife. That's my title. Wherever we go. Aren't you Ron's wife? Yeah. Yes. Hi. Nice to meet you. And then that's it for me. But yes, so I went there and I met this wonderful woman by the name of Amber Jones, right? And she talked, they passed the mic around and she talked about her LLC and her business. And once she was done, I put it in my head. I said, you know what? I love what she's doing. You guys are going to hear that. I love what she's doing. And I want her to come on the show. So what I did was I walked over there with my big self, right? Being grown, and introduced myself and pulled up a chair. And she was like, I think I know you. Kippy. And I was like, girl, yeah. Oh, thank God. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody who knows somebody that I know. I felt very comfortable. And she's so sweet. So we are going to, let me say, we are here talking about creating spaces, safe spaces, and shaping our future, right? So the power of mentorship and sisterhood. We're gonna let me give you guys her bio. Let me give you guys her bio. I'm sorry. Oh yes, here. Are you ready? Come on, Miss Ma'am. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Let's bring Miss Amber Jones on. Y'all give her some hand claps in the comments. Give her a little hand clap to herself. How are you, gorgeous?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, I can't hear you. Where you at?
You can't hear me?
Is it you?
Is it me?
Are you here? Oh, I hear you now. There you go.
I'm like, okay, good.
Okay.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, it's wonderful to have you. Oh, I think it's this. Nope. It's something. Anywho, I keep hearing like the computer laptop. Y'all probably hear that too. But yeah, thank you for coming on. I am so happy to have you. I was telling the viewers that I seen you and met you over at Black Women New Jersey. And you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Amber Jones, CEO and founder of Queens Empowerment Academy. I'm originally from Connecticut. I got to shout out my hometown, New Haven, Connecticut. Born and raised, but I've been in New Jersey, Planet Roots here since 2018. So Jersey is home for sure. Queens Empowerment Academy is my purpose. God placed it on my heart for
amen.
Started. I'm just blessed that I get to do this work every single day. So I'm excited to talk more about Queens and how people can get involved.
So it says that you graduated from high school and then obtained your bachelor's degree from the University of Connecticut and completed your master's in social work from Temple University. Congratulations. You planted your roots in South Jersey that you call home. And I read on your page that you are going for your doctorate, right?
Yes, I am.
Woo, yes. Congratulations. So listen, I just met you and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. It's definitely a journey. I first applied, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a breeze. I'm good in school. I do great in school, but it's challenging, but it's worth it. I keep telling myself it's worth it, but it's challenging.
Oh, friend said she about to be a doctor now. I know that's right, friend. I know that's right. Queens empowerment. Like how did you even come up with this? Like, was it growing up and you've always had like a heart for little girls?
It was a combination, but what I tell people all the time, how it got started was through a conversation. When I moved over to New Jersey, I started working at a school, Mastery Hill School, and it was one day during dismissal. I was waiting with the kids who were getting late for pickup. And I was sitting with a young girl and we were just chatting it up, talking. And she's like, Miss Jones, I hate my hair. I hate how nappy my hair is. I hate my dark skin color. I wish I looked like her. And she pointed to a girl across the way. And this girl that she pointed to had lighter skin and her hair was very straight and fine. She's like, I wish I looked like her. I wish I wasn't a Black girl. So when she said that, it did two things to me. First, it brought me back to my childhood because I struggled too growing up, being a Black, wishing I was anybody else other than myself. And it also made me realize that if this one girl is over here struggling with her self-worth and her identity, I'm pretty sure there's others as well. Yeah. So with that, I'm a doer. Once I see a problem, like I'm ready to solve it, I'm ready to fix it. I went to my principal and I'm like, hey, I want to start a girls group. I didn't have a plan. I just had a passion.
Right. I love that.
I want to start a girls group. Can you give me some? Can you just give me a budget? Give me a small budget, and I will do what I need to do with it. And thankfully, my principal was very understanding, and also she believed in me. She's like, "Yes, Amber, I'll give you the budget." When she gave me the budget, I brought some snacks, brought some balloons, put some flyers out there, and we started with 10 little girls. And they were our founding group, really.
Oh, I love that.
From
What year
that.
was this?
This was back in 2018.
Oh, so from there, like what happened? It flourished to be what?
It flourished to be what it is now. So when we first started, we started as Rising Queens, and it was just one group. And it only centered around kindergarten to second graders. But then what I realized is that the next year, other girls in the school were like, well, why don't you do third graders? Well, why don't you do fourth graders? So it kind of expanded within that school in particular. And then COVID happened. And then all stuck in the house. I'm like, God called this to be bigger than just a program that exists in this one school. Let me make this larger. And that's when Queens Empowerment Academy came about. And during COVID, I took that time to really plan out what I want my program to look like. And after COVID, things just fell into where schools reached out and like, hey, can you come and be in our school? Or other community organizations reached out as well. So
I love that. That's so amazing. So once it started, the passion, right? You didn't have a plan, but you had passion. I love that. Can somebody put that in the comments so then I can screenshot it later? I appreciate y'all. I didn't have a plan, and that's a lot of times how things start. You don't have a plan, but you are very passionate about a thing, a need. You see that. So how did your family feel about you seeing this need and doing this work in the community?
How did my family? They are very supportive. Again, all of my family is back in Connecticut, but they support in many different ways. So when we have our annual fashion show, they definitely come up. When we had our Queen's Ball, they come up and show support. So they are very supportive, and they also are like, this makes sense for Amber. Amber has always wanted to do something with kids and empowerment as well. So they're definitely supportive.
So what type of impact are you seeing on the girls since this has started? Like, do you see their confidence building, their self-esteem and all of that?
Oh yeah, it's such a beautiful thing to see it happen right before your eyes. And then also to hear from parents come to me and say, you know what, Ms. Jones, when so-and-so started, she was definitely shy, but I see her coming out her show. Even at home, she's talking
I love that.
More outspoken. She's saying affirmation. So I've seen girls definitely blossom in the program, which is just a beautiful thing.
Is that what's your mom name? Your mom is that her? Yes, ma'am. Mama's on here. Hey, mom.
Hey, mommy.
Hey, mommy. She's very proud. So I love that you get to see the evolution, right, of the girls with their esteem is low. And I know people really would think that I had some the ugly duckling syndrome happens to a lot of us. I never wanted to be light skinned because everybody, the beautiful people were brown skinned. So here I am on the other side of the spectrum thinking all of these people, Black people, have all of this beautiful brown skin. And here I am closer to the other folks on the other side. So I've always Black, and I've always had an affinity with brown skin because it's just so beautiful. And it's weird how our brains can pick up on, even as little kids, it's to change us to think our skin isn't as beautiful with the skin that we're born in. So what programs do you bring? Well, you're a social worker. So do you give them advice, and what happens there at your academy?
Yeah, so one of the main things that I wanted to definitely hone in on was the curriculum piece of things. So during that COVID time, I created a whole curriculum dedicated for Black and brown girls because that is our target population. I made sure that the curriculum curriculum is culturally relevant to meet their needs. So we talk about skin tones, we talk about hair types,
I love that.
all things that relate to them, because a lot of girls who first come into program, they do struggle with their self-esteem, and that is attached to how they view themselves in their skin color. So a lot of girls will leave after we have certain like workshops. They'll say, you know what, I love my skin. My hair is perfect. So I see that transition, that reframing of their mind, which is beautiful.
I love that. One of the questions in the comments says, do you give the young ladies daily affirmations? Like, do you do things like that with them?
Yes. Yeah. You know what? When you were, when I was backstage and you were doing your affirmations, like, I love that, because that's how we start programming. In our founding group of girls, we started with our affirmations, which is, I am a queen, I am beautiful, I'm smart, and I can do whatever I put my mind to. And we say this every single time we meet.
What is it? Can you say it again?
I am a queen, I am beautiful, I am smart, and I can do whatever I put my mind to. And this is something that we say every single time we meet, have it be in workshop, have it be it's in an event such as a slumber party. We ensure that the girls are saying these affirmations so that it gets stuck in their mind, because it's positivity. It's pouring into themselves. Affirmations are a way to pour into yourself. So we do.
And then if you keep saying it, right, you believe it. You start saying, okay, this is true. And you start, the repetition is close. Cause I'll tell people, like, I had that not believing in myself and not thinking that I had self-worth and all the rest of that. And it all starts like, from when we're kids, of hearing people saying stuff. That's because your words matter, people. Your words matter. Even as adults, I remember people saying, some terrible things to me as kid, and it really takes root. Like, it takes root, and our words have power. So even taking root as kids, and then as it takes you a while to, therapy and all the rest of that to kind of, get out of that stinking thinking. So I love that you're doing the work early for the girls.
Yep, we start in kindergarten. So we start as young as 5 years old, and we go all the way to high school.
Okay, so you have so what exactly do you guys do at your Empowerment Academy?
So we are connected to 2 schools in Camden City. So we're at Mastery Kramer Hill School, and we're also at Leap Academy, and we run programming once a week at those locations. I'm a facilitator at 2 schools, at Mastery and Leap, and then we have another facilitator who works with the younger girls at Leap Academy. Shout out to Demira.
Hey, Demira.
So what we do is all social emotional learning base that has taken on like a culturally relevant lens. So we do workshops that focus on self-esteem, coping skills. We talk about coping skills. The girls are learning what coping skills is, how to emotionally regulate themselves. We talk about life skills.
Oh, I love that.
We talk about etiquette, manners. What does it mean to actually be a queen? How should we uphold ourselves? Sisterhood, teamwork. It's so many things that we talk about that will eventually like set in and help them just thrive in life at such an early age.
Because a lot of times, and I've learned this, I used to work at a prison for some years, and I did get to work with I would call them juveniles, because they were like 17 to 20 something. And, your brain isn't always there. And a lot of times those guys didn't know what they didn't know. A lot of the information they were not taught. So I love that you're doing this, because sometimes the parents of these girls don't know.
Right.
And you're like filling that void and that gap.
Yeah, and we within Queens as well, something that we recently built out was our Raising the Queen Parent Initiative, because I recognize that gap there. For some parents, they're doing the best that they can, and they only, like you said, they only know what they know. With Queen, the Queen's Initiative, Parent Initiative, that's where we are providing like workshops. We're providing information for parents to kind of help them along their way within their own parental journey.
Oh, look, April. Amber, you're doing the work. I love that you are doing with the parents and working with the parents. I love that you're doing it with the kids. And then, it creates a healthy environment at home. So now we can communicate better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Somebody had a question. She said, do you only hold these meetings at the schools, or are they like in a community building?
So we do Saturday Academy because I recognize that there are more girls outside of these two school locations. So Saturday Academy is open to all the community. If you're able to make it to Camden City on a Saturday, we will be there, and you are welcome to come. And during that Saturday Academy, it's basically what we do in the schools, that social emotional learning workshops. We do fun things as well. We did we have a paint night coming up. Our slumber party was one. We have a hair workshop where girls get to learn how to take care of their hair coming up. So we do a lot of things in that academy as well.
Okay, so you are doing a lot, and on Saturdays. So is it from kindergarten until what grade?
Yeah, it's kindergarten all the way to high school.
Oh, okay. And anyone from any community can come. Do they have to like register?
Yeah, so we tend to do a QR code that will bring you to a Google link, and you just register them that way, just so we can have a good head count, and you're good to go.
Got you. And you guys can do that on Queens Empowerment Academy. She has a Facebook page. She also has Instagram, and she has her own personal page. So you guys can go find that information there. And if you're in the area and in the right, you have girls and you want something empowering for them to do on a Saturday, wake them up. They clean up, boom, 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 and then take them over to Miss Amber, because she gonna get them together, right? Because a lot of times kids will listen to someone else outside of the house.
True.
Right? You can beat them in the brain and say, this is how you should feel. And this is how but then if someone outside, and a lot of time that's how it happens, like with women, somebody outside will see the greatness in you. You'd be like, you know what?
You're right. Yep.
You're right about that. Right. Yeah. So what's like a great success story that you can tell us and share with us from one of your girls?
What comes to my mind is a girl who started with me when she was in kindergarten. And this girl in particular, when she first came, she was very, very quiet, timid, didn't want to engage in activities or workshops, but I noticed that she showed up every single time. So she stuck with me in kindergarten. The next year she came, she came out of her shell a little bit more. She spoke up a little bit more. I'm like, okay, I see some progress there. And then the next grade came about, and that's when I really saw her blossom, and she took more on a leadership role. Once the girls reach third grade, we do a Queen's Council, and that's when girls are able to run for a position. So this young girl who started with me in kindergarten, who was very timid, didn't want to do anything, she was like, Miss Jones, I want to run for president. I'm like, okay.
Oh, come on, girl.
Right. I said, you got to do a speech, right? You got to write your speech. You got to stand tall and say it out loud. She's like, I can do it. So she did her speech. She was very thoughtful in it. And she actually became the president that year for that group of girls. So seeing that progression from this shy, timid girl to now this leader taking charge was a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Wow. And someone put earlier, that's the blossoming that's happening. Like with the girls, like they are really growing into young women and being so affirmed in themselves. Like they're affirming themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as a leader, what lessons like have you learned yourself from working with these girls, these young ladies?
Yeah, so with working with them, I will say there has been a progression within my leadership from the very beginning to now. In the very beginning, I kind of ran Queens similar to like a traditional classroom. I'm like, you're going to sit down, we're going to go through this, and that's it. And that's it. You're going to get this information. But as time progressed, we still have that teaching point, of course, because that is key to our curriculum. But they have taught me to like, Miss Jones, have some fun. Let's do a TikTok. Let's do a dance off, things of that sort. So there's a lot of joy. Joy can be found also in like the dancing part and the laughing and us just having a good time. Things doesn't always have to be super serious. So definitely taught me to like put my hair down to have some fun. And that is found in our workshops every single time we run them.
I love that. That reminds me of the you guys probably seen it on social media when the teacher, it's a black teacher and he has these black students and they play that song and they're like, let me see you say car, and they like read the R's, bar and all of that, and they just continue going, and that's how kids learn. So I love that you're adjusting to them and they're saying, hey, let's try to learn a different way, and then you're moving with them. I think that's really special of you to recognize and then like adapt yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest piece that I found is like, as a leader, like I don't know everything, right? And I feel as though you have to have like feedback from not only like parents and adults, but also like the people you are trying to impact. And my impact is for the kids. So if kids are telling me like, Miss Jones, like, let's do this, like, let's try this out, I'm not gonna be like, girl, no. I'm like, okay, let's try. See.
I love that. We were doing this project. They were doing this project at this place I go to, and they sent out a survey, right? And they said, "Hey, let's do this survey." And they gave the people 5 things to do, and then they're not doing none of the 5 things. That makes me right. Like the girls are saying, like, hey, let's do something. So I love that you're listening. That's a part of leadership, right? Is listening and knowing like, this is what my kids want to do and this is what the girls are interested. And I really do. I love that you're listening and understanding them. So how do you really balance the Queen's Empowerment Academy and school, like earning your doctorate? How are you balancing that?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge because, I work full time as a grief counselor. People think that Queens is like a part-time thing, but it's a full-time job. And I wear many hats within the organization. I'm the one doing the marketing. I do the grant writing, recruitment. So every facet of the program I'm in charge of. So it's challenging. And then putting on that layer of pursuing my doctorate, which is very challenging in itself. It's a lot. It's a lot to balance. So I'm still learning as I go how to balance these things. Some days I give 100% to Queen. Some days I give 100% to my dissertation. So I'm learning to balance, and I'm also learning within it all to like give myself grace. I feel like sometimes as women, and then especially Black women, we put so much on our plate, and we're like, we got it, we can do it.
Right, let's be superwoman.
Yeah, we have that superwoman complex, but we have to also take a step back and realize we cannot do it all in one day too. And if we try to do it all, we may not be able to give our best effort, right? We're not giving 100% either. So I'm learning to give myself grace. So,
and while we're here, and as y'all can see who's watching, Miss Amber is going for her doctorate. Now, what she needs is y'all to come on over and volunteer to take some of this weight off her shoulder to her fashion show.
Yes.
Y'all listening? Miss Amber's having a fashion show for these beautiful girls, right? So you want to tell us a little bit about that? So the people, now, if y'all need a ride, I am volunteering. I already put my paperwork in. So if you guys want to ride with me and you're down this way, let me know. I am going to volunteer because I can give time. A lot of time we can't give money, but we can give time. So I'm going to give both. But yes. So you want to tell us about your fashion show that's coming up?
So this is our 3rd annual fashion show, and every year it gets bigger and bigger. Our first year, the idea came about because I wanted to provide the girls a platform to really just be supported and uplifted by their community as they strut down the runway, really have their confidence be showcased. And I'm like, oh, it's gonna be something small. But our first annual, we had about 80 people that came out. I'm like, this is not small at all.
Yay!
And then the second
annual, what you think?
Yes. And the second annual was even larger, and we had even more girls. It was about 23 girls who participated in that fashion show. And this year we have about 27 girls. So it is a huge deal. This is one of our biggest events. It's something for the girls to really just have an opportunity to show their confidence, and be supported by the community. It's happening April 26th, which is a
Yes.
Saturday, starting at 5 to 7:30. And we need volunteers. We need volunteers to be at the front
Volunteers, people.
door, to help people to their seat, to be behind the stage, helping 27 young girls ranging from kindergarten to high school. So we need all the help that we can get.
You can check people. You can check people in. They're not even asking. Even if you have a man to come with you that can move chairs and all the rest of that, that's important too. So if you want to come with your man and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give 2 hours of moving chairs and doing that, and then you can leave after that. So there isn't like you have to stay all day. You can come for a couple hours if you would like, and then you can be like, all right, I did my time and whatever. But yes, you can come sign people up. You can take money at the door. You can move chairs. You can go in the back and help set the girls up so they can walk out, come back and change. There's a lot going on that day. You can break down. You can help with the vendors, like placing them in. So there is a lot. She needs a lot of help. So, and you just said you have 27 girls to do. Congratulations. So do you need, someone said, how do we sign up? How are we signing up?
Yes, you can go right on our website, www.queensacademynj.com. And there's a tab on the side that says Fashion Show 2025, and it has signups there, a link for you to sign up.
So I read that in this fashion show, are the girls making their own clothes or what's happening?
Yeah, so the theme for this show, and the theme for this entire year for Queens, was blooming, season of blooming.
I love that.
The girls are able to make their own outfits. We had a workshop, a design workshop from Golden Jeans. Another shout out. Thank you, Golden Jeans, for coming. Our girls, and they were able to create a piece of clothing. So some girls designed a shirt that had flowers on it. Some girls did a jacket, their jeans. So it was just a time to show their creativity that they get to strut down the runway in.
I love that. And what she need is y'all to go in the back and make sure the girls get back there and then line them back up again. We need volunteers and money. So you can also go on there. There is a QR code. And you can say, hey, you know what? I don't have the time, but I can send $10. I can send $5. And when we all know every little bit happens or helps, every little bit helps. And that's why we're here, right? We're on Beyond the Surface podcast with Sharen, your host, Sharen. And I'm here with Miss Amber Jones. And she is the CEO and founder of Queens Empowerment Academy. And she is from Connecticut, but she is in New Jersey. And she's doing the work in the community with the girls. So I need y'all to come on out. I am going to be there. My niece says she's going to come with me. Yes, come on. We can go. It's literally like, where are we donating? 5 hours. And and just like Amber said, you make such an impact. Like all it takes is like a moment to change somebody's life, especially a young Black and brown girl. Takes a moment. Then you'd be like, you know what? That lady I love seeing girls and just being like, oh, I love your hair. Oh, you're so pretty. I love that because you can see like their disposition changes. So how do you go all the time giving of yourself? What do you do to replenish what you're giving out?
Yeah, it's so interesting because, as a therapist, that's something that I preach. Like you're pouring into all these people, pouring to yourself. But I will say that's something that I need to do more of. Right. I definitely need to do more of that because I am by nature a giving person. I like to be out in the community. I love the work that I do with my girls. But sometimes I forget that I need to take a pause and pour into myself. And I have to be more intentional about that. But when I do, typically that looks like going out with friends, enjoying myself with friends, maybe over a dinner. And sometimes that looks like taking a nap on the couch.
Because that's important. It is important because you give so much. Do you have more than 27 girls in between the two schools?
Yes. In total, we have about 100 girls in programming across
wow,
Camden, and we're also in Blackwood, as well as C.W. Lewis. So we're growing, and that's also including our community girls who consistently show up to our Saturday Academy as well.
I love that. So are you taking so if someone said, such as myself, you know what, I have some time on Saturday and I would like to go volunteer, but I just can't come off the street and just show up. I have to feel, can you tell us about that process of people who want to come help you and come help serve these young ladies?
Yeah, so on our website there is a link where it has involvement. Once you click on that link, again, it'll bring you to a Google form. It'll ask you some just identifying information, name, phone number, so that we can get in contact with you. And then after that, I'll send an email out just stating all the up and coming events that we have. And we do a lot. We do a lot of events.
You really do.
We do a lot of events. We do at least 2 to 3 events every month. So there's a lot of opportunities for people to get involved and volunteer. So I'll send them out just a list of up and coming events. And from there, you can pick and choose where you would like to volunteer at.
Because you guys just went to eat, right? Was it Essie's? Where'd you guys go?
Yeah, we went to Essie's. The girls had a good time. They loved the karaoke. And that was just our wrap-up event from our etiquette series. So for the girls to practice their manners, etiquette in real time.
So what did you teach them in this etiquette series?
Yeah, so we typically do our etiquette series in March. And that's the time where the girls learn about basic manners. And it's so interesting because when I was growing up with my mom, she would always say, when you step into a room, you need to speak. You need to say hello, good morning, good evening, something. And that was one thing that I was telling the girls, like, when you come into the room, you must speak. And they're like, speak? What? I don't want people, I don't want attention on me. I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do. That shows manners. So we practice that. The girls, walking into the room, saying hello, good morning. So we practice that proper greetings. We talked about dining etiquette. What does it mean to go to a nice restaurant? How to make sure you put the napkin on your lap, making sure you're eating with one hand, things of that sort. And we also talked about attire. What is proper attire? What does that look like as well?
At 12, that's important. Especially with social media and what's going on, right? They have so much access to this information.
Yes. Information. Yeah.
So you're telling them kind of like how to carry themselves?
Yes. Yeah. Basically, just how to hold themselves as queens. And we talked about that. What does it mean to actually be a queen? And our 3 main pillars within the organization is walk like a queen, talk like a queen, and fix another queen's crown. So I was really highlighting for them to
come on
manners, like, what does it mean to show that you are a queen? So we talked about that. They're like, oh, we have to make sure we're mindful of our words. We have to make sure we are presentable as well. So it was
being kind, right? Because a lot of times there's a lot of mean girls. They become adult mean girls, but and I love that you're doing this work to kind of help them navigate, like that mean girl syndrome is not fun and people have feelings.
Oh yeah, I don't play that at all. I don't. I don't play the mean girl thing at all in Queens, and that's something that we push from the start. We talk about sisterhood, and we talk about sisterhood doesn't mean that we have to be biologically related. You can be my sister and be from a whole other family, but it's really us looking out for each other, fixing each other's crowns. And I think the beautiful thing about it all is that I see girls do that as they continue with queens, like, oh, we're sisters, calling each other sisters, like, oh, you're my sister, or like, oh, I got you, are you good, like checking in on each other, because that's something I endured young too, that mean girl,
and you're helping them make their own community. And sometimes families are chosen, right? You make your own family and you make your own village. So where do you see Queen's Academy in 5 years? Like where is the Lord taking you?
Yes, I see Queens expanding. So love Jersey. The purpose was started here in this state, but I do believe that Queens It's meant to like expand. So
Yeah.
back home to Connecticut and impacting the community that raised me, essentially going back to my old middle school and
Right.
having it there, having it in my elementary school and high school. That would be such a full circle moment. I want to do Maryland. So just really having it expand to other states and even internationally. We do have a partnership with an organization in Ghana as well. So like even having it on an international level. So I
Be
do,
worldwide, baby.
yes, I
I think because it's needed. It is so needed. And the fact that you are a social worker, so you know, and even with your specialty in grief, right? That is needed in these communities. So yeah, we have a questions. Have you had any girls come back after graduating?
Yeah, so we're not that old. So our oldest that we had that started with us, they're now in like the 6th grade. So they have stuck with us. And then we have girls who are in our teen group, our Queens Ignite
Mm-hmm.
and Excel group, who come with us once they reach 9th grade. We do have one girl who is heading off to college, but she has made it very clear. She's like, I'm still connected. I'm still going to be a
I
part
love
of
that.
things. And that's the purpose. We want to be with our girls from kindergarten all the way to high school. Even once
Yeah.
they reach college, we still want to be that mentor and that support for them.
And then they are showing like the pattern of you can, grow up through this program, go to college, come back, mentor the younger, because it's important to see people from your community like come back. And I love that you're going to take it to Connecticut and worldwide and international, all of that. It's a very much needed program out here with these kids. In the 5 years, I believe what you're believing. I'm believing for you.
Yes, yes.
So speaking it into existence, right? Everybody in the comments is too. Yeah, they're like, yes, girl. So us, and the folks who are watching, how can we support you? Right? We're here. You have us captured. We're here. We're your audience. How can we support you?
So we definitely need support in regards of people, right? In regards of helping out with our workshops. This school year is coming to an end, but next school year we are looking to partner with more schools. So that means that we need more people to serve as facilitators. So if you are interested in a teaching role, so to speak, please get in contact because we need you.
Mm-hmm.
As people who are just interested in being volunteers, have it be a one-time volunteer for certain events or have it to be a consistent volunteer for maybe our Saturday academies that happen every month. But we need people for sure. That's the biggest need is people.
As people. And if you can't physically be there, we will take your money.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Right?
and that's something I have to work on.
Sometimes people are like, I'm so busy, I can't get there. But what I can do is give you $100.
Yeah.
And that works too, because that money like helps facilitate the program.
Yeah. And we have an Amazon wish list as well on our website. So if you're like, you know what, I don't want to necessarily donate the money, I want to buy something for the girls, we have so many items that you can buy from our Amazon wish list.
I did not know the Amazon wish list was on there. So is this at the same queensacademynj.com? Y'all got to go on here at www.queensacademynj.com. That's where you can sign up. That's where you can give. That's where you can go on Amazon, because I know all y'all are on Amazon. Go and add something on there to your cart and send it to the girls. I love that.
Yes.
And I love that it's so official, and it's not like it doesn't have your name attached to it. It's like an official business. Somebody, they'll be like, oh, just cash at me to my cash app. I'll get it to the girls. That's not what we're doing. Yeah.
Nope, this show.
Very official. And you were saying, when we were talking earlier, you were saying like you were looking for people to come on in the afternoon.
Yes. In regards to just programming overall, if you're available, because I know sometimes it's a little rough in regards to people scheduling.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do our workshops typically 3 to 5, and I know most people are either like getting off of work and things of that sort. But we also need help in the afternoon time where you can come and help out then as well. Again, if you go to our website, fill out the Google form, I can provide all like the
Like
dates.
specific details.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Don't forget the fashion show, the 26th. This month, the 26th. Oh, look, it's on the screen. We need volunteers. We do, and she does. And you guys see that Amber is so passionate. She could fit to be Dr. Jones, baby. Right?
Yeah.
Huh?
I
Dr.
bet
Jones is in the house. And she has this fashion show, and we want to go support her. Even just go sign up for the Google, so that way you can get on the email, right? So that way when she's having things, she can send the email, and then you can pick. Because I am definitely going to volunteer my services. Once a month is not anything. I schedule with my girlfriends to go to lunch. I can schedule and give something to the community. So yes, yes, and yes.
Good time. It's really a good time where you definitely feel the community support, not just pouring into the girls, but within each other, right?
Yeah.
We have a lot of vendors that come out, a lot of people that come out in general, and just good to network. It's also a good platform to network with other people. So definitely come out.
I love that. So if you guys have any questions for Dr. Jones, you Dr. Jones down, baby. You guys have any questions for Dr. Jones? She is here. Oh, you know what? There was a question up. That was that one. Someone said, let me see. Ooh, stop. I would love to bring my granddaughter. She's 14 and she's graduating 8th grade with honors. Part of Junior National Honor Society, and she loves doing these types of activities. She also volunteers feeding the homeless. Ooh, volunteering at nursing homes, all while doing her gymnastics Monday through Saturday. My God. But she has goals, and I'm happy. I'm so happy for the work that you're doing. I love that, Felicia.
Yes, thank you, Felicia.
So it's a lot that goes on, like Felicia's saying, and also with you're doing, like these girls are busy. Like with schoolwork and education. Like, how are you guys pushing, or not pushing, but supporting them with education? Like, are they doing like homework and stuff there?
So no, we are not doing homework during programming. It's mostly just a social emotional learning piece of things that we do during workshops. But we do provide a space for girls. If a girl's like, you know what, Miss Amber, I really need some time to like get this done because I'm not going to have time later on to get my homework done. We do provide that space and flexibility. So it's not as like strict where I'm like, nope, no homework during this time. So we provide space for that. And we also have high school interns at each location as well who serve as helpers. So girls who may be struggling with certain like subjects and things of that sort, our high school interns can step in and provide support.
And I love that the social emotional wellness is like the forefront of Queen's Empowerment Academy, because a lot of times we don't know, like you said, we don't know what to do with these feelings. We don't know how to process them. We don't know if we're angry, what we're angry about. It could be something from previous. So you guys do like some activities to help them with that?
Oh yeah, we have a whole we spend about 3 weeks on like coping skills, emotions, emotional regulation. So
you
the
might
girls
need to have an adult class.
Yeah, we spend a good amount of time on that because, like you said, even some adults struggle with like identifying their emotions and knowing what to do when they have overwhelming emotions. So every time we have queens, we do a check-in. So a check-in where we're like, okay, how are we feeling? Let's check in. And we do our check-in during the queen's circle. So we go around, we check in, like, how are we feeling? And girls like, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm sad, I don't feel too well. Just for them to get into the process of checking in with yourself. Sometimes we forget to do that. And then the Queen Circle also serves as a space for them to share out if they would like how they're feeling in detail. So we spend quite some time for them, one, identifying emotions and understanding what those emotions are, and then understanding like what can they do to help themselves out. So as time progresses in Queens, I love to see girls who may have like a bad day and like, you know what, Miss Jones, can I take go down to get a drink of water, or can I play with my fidget? I'm having really like big emotions, and that just shows, oh, you are picking up what we learned, you know, what I taught you before. So girls are learning.
And a lot of times we are told, like as girls, and in the Black community, like we're not taught emotions. Yes. I've been told, I am not in touch with this previously before the show, but my family, what's the word? An unemotionally available. I just wasn't. I didn't have time to be emotionally available for my family. I was surviving, and that was not good.
Yeah.
Unintentional.
It was unemotionally available. Thank you. Thanks for helping. Yes, and it was, and I could grow and be one of those girls that didn't know how to. I'll just avoid the feelings because it's easier to navigate life that way. And then I'm not like getting in touch, in tune, identifying any of that. So I love that you are pouring into them at such an early age. You know what? I would have been such a better person if I had these tools to help me.
Yeah, and that's the main purpose. And that's, I think, you know, outside of just the conversation that I had with the young girl who kind of kickstarted the program, I also go back to like just my childhood as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish I had a space with other girls who look like me, with adults in these authority, you know, positions who also look like, that really matters as well. So that's why I kind of created Queens out of just what I wish I had when I was younger.
Right, a passion. You seen you had a plan. You didn't have a plan, but you had passion. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, what is some advice you can give to people who are watching, or parents or young girls? If you can give them some type of advice, what would that be?
I would definitely say find your tribe, right? Find community. There's so much of power in community, so much of knowledge in community, and just like progression. When you are attached to uplifting people, positive people who are there to support you, just finding a space for yourself so that you don't feel alone, and so that you can get the resources and support that is needed.
Find your tribe, even as adults, right? Oh, yeah. Find your getting all type of revelation. Find your tribe. Find your tribe, because it makes such a difference in what you're exposed to, what you know, right? Where you're going. Find your tribe, y'all. Even us as adults. I think I can't even say I know that you have poured into us as adults as well, like you pour into the young ladies. So yeah, you gave a lot of great pointers here tonight. I want to say I am proud of you, Dr. Jones. I am following you. I am here. I am volunteering. I will be there. You guys know that I will share. I'll share the flyers, and I want you guys to share the flyers with your friends. So we will do that. I will tag April. Amber, I apologize. I will tag Dr. Jones. I will tag you. So that way we can get these volunteers out here for this fashion show, April 26th.
Yes, thank you.
5 to 7. Is it 5 to
7:30?
5 to 7:30. Season of Blooming fashion show, and we can all go do our part. So bring your man, bring your kids, she said bring everybody, because we need help. Listen to me, we need help. We need help out here. But thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Jones, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We are here with Dr. Jones. She is the CEO of Queens Empowerment Academy. Yes. She is out of Camden County, so you can find her, yes, on Facebook, Queens Empowerment Academy Inc. So you guys can go like those pages. On Instagram, she is Queens_Academy NJ. Go like, follow, subscribe, all of it. The need is there. Go on this page, right, on this website. Y'all got to go on the Google form, sign up. You just can't show up at the door like y'all is going to church's chicken. You got to go sign up to volunteer. You are not getting backstage because that's important that you have been vetted to go back there with those young ladies. So that is super important. So why you got to go sign up. She's not finna let y'all back there or count no money or move no chairs if you don't fill out that Google form. You're not. But yes. What? Send me $5, sir. But yes, so thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. I thank you for coming and sharing your gift with us. Yeah, thank you for coming on. And Mom was watching. Shout out to Mom. I love when parents watch. They be like, "That's my baby." I'm so proud. And she should be proud because you are doing some amazing things in this community that you've like came over to from Connecticut. And then you're going to go back there and we're going to go, nationwide, international, because the need is there. Yeah. So next week, we have Kelly Boyd. Kelly Fields. Kelly Boyd Fields. She's Kelly Boyd Fields on Facebook. She my cousin. She's going to be Kelly Boyd Fields till I don't know her no more, which is halfway never. But her name is Kelly Fields. Her husband going to say that. So she is coming on next week to talk about wills and she's talking about wills. She's going to talk about medical advocacy. She is going to talk about those types of things that we need power of attorney. There's 2 different types of power of attorneys. I didn't know. I don't even think we have these. We have a will, but I don't think we have medical power of attorney. So don't let them keep me. Y'all hear this? Y'all play this. Don't let them keep me on no machine. Y'all play this for the people. Don't let them keep me on no machine. I don't want it. You like, not fit to have me over there like a vegetable. Going to get my stuff away so somebody else can live for the next 100 years. Don't get on here with your foolishness, sir.
You ain't going nowhere, girl.
Thank you guys. Thank you all for watching, though. This is my passion, right? Yes. So I appreciate you guys all watching. I have had this podcast for a year, and this is me following my purpose and following God's vision for my life. So so thank you all for watching. This is Beyond the Surface podcast with Sharen. I am your lovely host, Sharen. So thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. I love y'all. See y'all on the other side. Always appreciate your support. Thank you all. Have a